How did Shams Tabrizi disappear? Was he murdered? Did he leave on his own? Or maybe he never existed at all? This remains one of the greatest mysteries in the history of love and mysticism. Konya had fallen into a heavy silence. No sound of dervishes, no whispers from Rumi's chamber. Only the wind, slipping quietly through the narrow alleys, sometimes seemed to carry away invisible strands of hair. That night Shams left, without a letter, without a farewell. No one saw him, no trace was found, and from that night on his name only echoed in murmurs, in poetry, in sighs, in questions that never found answers. What happened? That man who had come to shake Konya to its core? Why did he leave? And what became of him? Maybe no one truly knows the answer to those questions. We revisit stories that went silent in history, yet still burn bright in the depths of our souls. One of the most painful accounts of Shams's disappearance ends in death, a quiet murder cloaked in night. They say Shams had secret enemies, among scholars, jealous disciples, and even within Rumi's own family. Rumi's son, Ala al-Din, was often angered by Shams' influence over his father. Some whisper that one night, a group of opponents waited in the shadows. They called for Shams. He stepped outside and was never seen again. No one saw where he went. Nothing of him remained. Just the night, and a sound that was never heard again. Shams was gone, and all that remained was a silence that would last forever. But others believe Shams wasn't killed. He left, quietly without a trace. They say a shadowy figure in a flowing robe was seen vanishing into the dark alleys. By morning, no one knew where he was. Some claimed he had gone to Damascus, others said Aleppo, and there were even sightings in Tabriz. Shams was always a man of the road. He came, lit hearts like fire, and left before anyone could know how long he would stay. Perhaps that night, it was simply time to go, not in anger, not in fear, but because his mission was complete. In Damascus, people spoke of a tall, silent man who passed through the bazaars without saying a word, a distant gaze and a secret carried deep within him. But for the lovers of Rumi, Shams was neither murdered nor did he travel away. He vanished into being. In the eyes of the mystics, Shams did not disappear. He transcended the boundaries of the body and merged with the absolute truth. They say when the fire of love was fully lit in Rumi's heart, there was no longer any need for a physical presence. Shams became a drop that fell into the ocean, unseen, yet forever present. Perhaps Shams never left, but found his place within Rumi, in every poem, in every sigh, in every dance beneath the moon. In the Masnavi, Shams is rarely named explicitly, yet his soul runs through every single verse, like a light that cannot be seen, but without which nothing is ever illuminated. And maybe that night wasn't a night of departure, but a night of union, a moment of dissolving into something beyond the body, beyond a name, beyond the limits of this world. But each of these stories holds only a fragment of a larger mystery, a mystery that rose from deep within Rumi himself. What do you think? Did Shams leave by choice, or was he forced to disappear? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Shams left, or vanished, or dissolved into spirit. No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, Rumi was never the same again. His silence deepened, his poetry grew more sorrowful, and his whirling dances more restless. At night, wearing a dusty robe, he wandered the dark alleys, sometimes whispering, sometimes just gazing at the sky. He didn't speak to anyone, Yet it felt like he was always talking to someone unseen. He once said, "He did not leave. He breathes inside me, in the sound of the reed, in the turn of the dance, in the verse still waiting to be written." Shams was no longer seen, but in everything Rumi touched, his presence remained. And that is the mystery we have yet to solve. Did Shams leave, or did he simply slip from our sight? But the story doesn't end here. In the next episode, we'll discover how Rumi brought Shams back, through the fire of the Masnavi. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video, until the next dawn of story, under the light of truth and melody. Farewell.